Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Rachel Ellison and I am going to be talking to you today about fostering relationships with alumni to enrich internships. I am an associate professor and program director of the Health Services Administration program in the College of Nursing and Health Sciences at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. The Health Services Administration program is one of three healthcare programs in the Department of Health Sciences and the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. It is an undergrad program. The students will receive a Bachelor of Science degree once they graduate. The program is a little different, meaning that it is an accelerated format and that the courses are in 8 weeks and they are term courses. So we have term A and term B within a semester. And what the students like about the program is that it has 5 start dates. And so our enrollment has been increasing because of this. So students are able to enroll and begin the program 5 times a year. The program is 100% online. Students will never have to come to campus. Most of our students do live in Louisiana, the Lafayette area, but it is gaining momentum and we do have students that are from out of state. The program is 120 credit hours and that is including the capstone internship, which is 4 credit hours on its own. And the Health Services Administration program began in 2014 and it has grown substantially and we're very proud of that. We have new students enrolling all the time and we've seen dips and lulls, of course, but because of the pandemic and COVID-19, more students have decided to come back to school, and that has kind of switched our demographic of student from the regular traditional student to now the working adult. And so going to the regular semester 16-week courses, we changed that to the 8-week courses. And then also with the accelerated format, we saw that that really helped and intrigued those students and adults who are already working in the healthcare field, that they just wanted to come back to school and get their degree, and then that would help them, accelerate their own career path and their journey into leadership within the healthcare field. And so the overall purpose of the Health Services Administration program is really to explore trends in healthcare and develop management skills, learn to understand healthcare policy, and to get hands-on with health information technology. I explain the program to students that it's basically half a business degree and half a healthcare degree, because you really get the best of both worlds. You learn a lot about the healthcare field, but you also learn great business foundational skills like management and human resources, but then also like healthcare finance and ethics and patterns and trends within healthcare. So you really get a well-rounded education in this degree program. Before I get into the real nuts and bolts of the presentation and talking about fostering relationships between alumni and the internship experience, I want to just talk about the internship in general. It is 120 hours of hands-on, face-to-face learning experience. Excuse me. The internship is taken the last semester or term before graduation. It is broken up into the fall and spring in the 16-week semester, but we do have students that also complete it in the summer, which is an 8-week term. This is taken during the very end of the curriculum. So the students have already experienced the full core courses of the HSA curriculum, so healthcare finance, the business management, the ethics, the healthcare trends, operations. So at this point, they should know the basics and foundation of healthcare. And so we feel like it's the best time for them to actually go out into the real world, I guess, and to see what it's like to apply the things that they've learned during their time and in school, and then see what it's like to be working where they could potentially be working in the future. So students gain valuable experience on the job by completing tasks and projects assigned by the preceptor and the internship faculty. So I am the coordinator and I am the faculty member who teaches HSA 409, which is the capstone internship experience course. So it is a course, and also the internship is housed in that course. And what that means is the students do the internship, but also have assignments within the course that they complete. Like we go over the resume, cover letter, job hunting. They have a weekly journal that they submit to me. And then the projects is something that the preceptor or supervisor will assign, or it's something that we do together. The supervisor will reach out to me, discuss with the student, and it's kind of like all of us will determine what is the best fit for the student and actually for the organization, because they really are like one of the team members when they become an intern at the facility. Students love the internship. They always feel like this is the end of their time in the program, and it kind of wraps the whole thing together. Honestly, the past, I don't know, 8 years, 7 years that I've been doing this, I can only remember just a few that have not had the best experience. But overall, the students leave knowing that healthcare and a certain area within healthcare is where they want to land one day, or they realize an area or field that they don't want to be in. So I think both of those are really important. You learn what you want to do, and you learn something that is not quite for you. We do have the students going to a variety of different locations. Most of the time, students like to be in the hospital, especially a large healthcare organization, because they think that's where they're going to gain the most experience and learn the most. But we try to put them in a variety of different departments. We've had students in the admissions office, finance, even in the administrative office with CEOs and presidents, and they love that because they get to sit in a lot of meetings, and it really is hands-on, and they learn so much. Risk management and quality improvement is also a big department that we like to get the students in. We talk a lot about benchmarking in a few of our courses, and we do that. We have projects as well, so students really like to intern in those areas because they get to actually really apply what they've learned in the course and see that firsthand out in the field. Students also really like human resources within a healthcare organization. HR is very broad. Obviously, you can be in HR in all organizations, but in healthcare, it is a whole other beast. And also community advocacy is a big department that seems to be popping up across a lot of healthcare facilities, a lot of community engagement, getting the community more involved. And students lately are really all about community and accessibility, and really listening to what the community wants, because they are the community as well, have family members that voice their opinions and have wants and needs from healthcare organizations. Physician offices as well, insurance companies are really big. We have a really good relationship with Blue Cross Blue Shield, who will take a few students, and they really get the students a great experience there. Cancer centers, staffing and credentialing groups. This is really great because students are not too familiar with credentialing of physicians, so this really opens their eyes to it, and it is very important task that healthcare organizations take on. And then also long-term care facilities. We have a course in the curriculum that is all long-term care, and we've had quite a few students who have graduated from the program who have gone on to become administrators in long-term care facilities and have sat and taken the exam to be an actual administrator, and they've really gone on to do great things for long-term care. So the internship is a huge part of our curriculum, and we strive to make it the best, but there's always ways to improve, and that can be improved by garnering relationships with alumni, graduates from the program. And so what I've been trying to do as the faculty who teaches the course and as the coordinator who sets up the internship is trying to foster the relationship as the current students are graduating, but then once they graduate, they get their feet wet, and then I reach back out to them to see if they'd be interested in having an intern to kind of, guide and lead and show current students what it's like and what they went through. And I'm really hoping that as I continue, it will blow up to be just a revolving door of our graduates who will automatically say, yes, we want HSA students, because I want to show them what it was like for me and maybe make it a better experience and maybe become a mentor and just do what I can for upcoming, healthcare professionals. So that is the hope. I have been around since the inception of the Health Services Administration program and internship. So I have seen it all. I have done it all, even through the COVID-19 pandemic. It was a challenge, and we got through it. The students survived the shakeup, and we all made it through. But even through that time, we realized there were some things that could change, things that we could do better. So throughout my time at UL Lafayette and working with the students and the internship process, I have learned that things can always be better. And what I have done, and I'm still working on and trying to make it better, is to promote alumni relationships and to gain a better relationship with students who have graduated from the program. And so those students would be more willing and open to take students as interns as time went on. And so at the beginning of the internship, I didn't do this, but over the past probably 3 years, 4 years, that is what I have been focusing on. So, and I feel like graduates of the program are the best at providing engaging and fulfilling experiences because they've already been through the internship experience themselves. They know what the expectations are. They have seen the good, bad, and the ugly, and they can relate to the students. And so they can offer a helping hand and possibly become the mentor. And so I just feel that it is a great relationship between an alumnus and a future graduate of the program. So I've had some experience with this already, and it has been great. The students that are paired up with a alumni of the program, it has been fantastic. So obviously I know all of the students, and so I have a good relationship with the alumni, and I know where they work. I'm familiar with them because of LinkedIn, and we have a network and all of that. So I know who to contact and know which would be more likely to take a student, I guess you could say. So my communication with them starts very early on when I know I have students that will be coming up for internship, and I know the demographic, where they live, etc. So I always try to keep the communication open, and I meet with the preceptor, the supervisor, the alumni. Those are all the same people, by the way. And we start communication early, and we start conversations early, and sometimes they're really hesitant to do it. They feel like they can't offer a good internship, but we talk through everything, and I have them remember the things that they did on their internship, the projects they've worked on, and so we just really discuss things a lot, and by the time they feel more comfortable, we come up with a plan, an outline, we get approval, go through all the steps, and then they feel, more apt to taking on a student. So I just work with them to ensure that objectives are met and the student has a fulfilling experience. The preceptor, supervisor, they like to meet the students beforehand. Some of them do interview the student to make sure they would be a good fit for the department and for the role that they will be taking on. So 120 hours might not seem like a lot, but this person really does become a part of the team, and they are there weekly, probably 2 times or 3 times a week for about 16 weeks for the regular spring and fall semesters. So they very much become a part of the team, and it just like you would normally interview someone to take on an actual full-time job, this student will be there. So it is good to fit in. So sometimes the preceptor and supervisor, they do meet with the student beforehand after, I've spoken to them as well. And I do try to fit the right student with the right internship site, just to make sure it's a good relationship and a good fit. So once the student is chosen, I guess you could say, or once there is a match, during the internship time, I will do weekly check-ins. Like I said before, the student does submit weekly journals to me in the course room, the online course room, because the program is fully online. I do on-site visits as much as I can. Now, granted, the ones that are out of state, those can be a little bit challenging, but I still try to make them. Zoom has been a lifesaver, especially during the pandemic. But if I have a colleague who's in the area, they will go for me and do a visit. Another faculty member, they will go and do an on-site visit. So it really is a big hands-on approach here. And then I'll always encourage open and honest feedback with the weekly check-ins and during the visits. We have sit-downs, we have meetings. That's one of my biggest things, is to always encourage openness and honesty. If there's a problem, I want to know and I want to rectify it. That goes with both the preceptor and supervisor and the student. Like, this should be a fulfilling experience all the way around and not just one-sided. With the preceptor, the alumni, I want them to enjoy this experience, feel like they are getting something out of it, like they are doing something with purpose and value, and so they will take more students in the future. And the same for the student. This is the end of their educational journey, and so I want them to feel like this was meaningful to them and they feel confident to go out there and work and make healthcare better, because that is what the goal is. We want healthcare to be better for everyone in this country and in the world. So that's what the purpose is. I want everybody to enjoy themselves, to learn, to feel like there is purpose. So communication is big for me, and to have that openness. And I say that from the very beginning with everyone, with all of my students. Like, if we're not communicating, then this is not working. So that goes to everyone, the preceptor, and then also the students. Like, we've got to be talking and checking in with each other to ensure that, you know, we are fulfilling all the purposes and that this is adding value to everybody's life. And I really feel like the relationship between myself as the faculty member and the alumni, I have tried over the years to really make sure I'm reaching out to all of them. And like I said before they graduate, know that I will be reaching out to them, because some of them have interned with alumni and they know the story. And so I want them to feel like they are capable and confident and able to take on a student themselves and to give back and, have excitement as well. Like, I have great students. My students are great. They want to learn. They want to make healthcare better for everyone. And people go into healthcare because they want to help and that they want it to be accessible. And so my students, feel like they can do this with other students as well. So promoting these relationships and having the open communication, and I do as much as I can to ensure that these relationships flourish, and doing everything I can to ensure that is my number one priority. I can't stress enough the power of the evaluation from both the student and the preceptor supervisor. These will help tremendously as long as they are completed with honesty and depth and detail. And I can say to you that over these years, all of the evaluations I've gone are pretty detailed, because people want to share their experiences and what they have gone through. So evaluations are a great tool to use, and I ask for these to be filled out towards the end of the internship, not at the very end, but maybe a few weeks before they wrap things up, just so I have enough time to look at them and reach back out with the alumnus or the student, just to go over some things and see if there's anything that I need to rectify. But if there's any problems, I usually know about them beforehand, just because I check in with the students and the supervisor weekly. So nothing is usually a big surprise when I go over the evaluations, but I will say that I have incorporated a lot of different things into the classroom aspect of the internship. Students have wanted podcasts. So I added podcasts that they could listen to, different ones that maybe I listen to that they don't, and vice versa. So I have an open forum where they post podcasts that they listen to and that I listen to, just so we can share, because everyone has a different perspective and ideas, and it's really taken off. So that was a suggestion on the evaluation from a student, because the student actually learned from their preceptor about a specific podcast of healthcare leadership. And so they shared it on the evaluation, and I used that and put it in the course. So now everybody gets to use that. So the evaluations really do help. It's a great tool, not just for the internship experiences, but in all courses. And I've found that asking open-ended questions, you will get a more concise answer, as well as a more in-depth answer instead of yes or no. Open-ended questions really will add more honesty to their responses, and that's what I'm looking for. And then communication, like I said previously in the slide before this, it's the best way, it's the only way to really know what is going on, both verbal and nonverbal. I had a preceptor and alumni tell me last spring that 2 of her interns were lacking in the communication area. She felt that they were students, or even people in general, that grew up on phones and tablets and iPads, and they lacked communication skills, social skills as well. And so she was trying to teach them more soft skills, especially in the workplace and in healthcare, where you are with people all the time. And so she felt that that was an area that had a lot of weakness. So she told me about that, but also read it in the evaluation as well. And so I have tried to incorporate those things into the course as well. And we talk about skills, communication skills, soft skills, and how you conduct yourself as a professional in email, your dress, your character, your language. As a faculty member, we do a lot through email. And so students think that it is appropriate to email me LOL, laugh out loud, which it is not appropriate to use texting verbiage in an email communication. So their netiquette is very much lacking. So this has been a challenge as well. So students they're learning, and this is a learning experience. So I appreciated the information from that alumni, and that she was open enough to bring that to my attention. So I'm taking all of this and I'm incorporating it in the course. And so we're really focusing on communication. And so both verbal and nonverbal, as well as the social skills, like these tools are so important in enhancing the student experience, the internship. And the supervisor did speak with both of her interns about this, and they had a sit-down meeting and it was discussed, and they listened and they learned. And the thing is they don't know that they're doing this. These students don't know. Like, they're only used to living on the phone 24/7 or being on the computer, or like they don't know any other way. So speaking and communicating in a different way, it's second nature to them, not second nature to them. So it just, they have to be told and they have to learn. And so us as the people who have already experienced it, the alumni who have already gone through an internship, who are already working, they are the ones to teach them and to show them the ropes and help them hopefully learn and get better. So that was kind of an eye-opening situation as well. So there are different tools to use, evaluations for both the student and the preceptor, and then communication is key. It's the best way to get any message across, and also soft skills, people skills, and learning. What do I want you to take away from this presentation? I guess the biggest thing is, especially if you're a faculty member or internship coordinator, anyone really, assign the student interns with alumni often, and to have a relationship with alumni. It was something that I didn't do right away, and I wish that I had, because I'm seeing now, the longer and the further I get into the process with internship, that it is essential and important to stay connected to your graduating students. And they are the ones that can offer the best, in my opinion, internship experience to future graduates. They've been there, they've seen it, and they know how to provide the best. And in the future, I am going to try to foster those relationships and to have my students be with alumni as much as possible. Also, communication is essential in every step of the process. With me as the coordinator and the faculty member, I need to communicate early and often, and the same goes with the student and the preceptor as well. Like, we need to do better with communicating. I think the world in general would be a better place if we communicated more and better. Also, encourage feedback from everyone. I want to know what can be improved. I want to know what would make the experience better for the students as well as the supervisor and preceptor. I want it to be a fulfilling experience for the student, so they can tell other people, hey, go and get your degree in HSA at UL Lafayette. It's a great program and a great internship experience, because students choose this program because of the internship, because they want that piece in the curriculum. Also, never underestimate the face-to-face visit. I've noticed students love it. The supervisor loves it. They light right up when they see my smiling face walk in the door. They like to converse, and it's just more open that way. And last but not least, evaluations are essential. It's easy to talk face-to-face, email, but when students and preceptors can write it down, some of them are more free this way. They feel like they can express themselves better. We all learn in different ways, and we all express ourselves in different ways. So some of the best ideas I've gotten, the best feedback I've gotten, was through the evaluation. So it's important to have this as part of the internship experience. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation, and I hope you learned some valuable tools and methods to fostering relationships and enhancing internship experiences. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day. Thank you.